Hello, my friends, and welcome back. We are still here at PlayStation Experience in San Francisco, and I'm joined by Tom at Armature Studios. We're talking about Dead Star on PS4. Hello, sir.
Hi, how you doing?
I am kind of pumped about Dead Star for
That's
a
great.
variety of reasons.
All right.
Tell me some of those reasons, because I know you know them.
Go into your mind.
Yes,
What those
I can.
are.
I can feel you in my mind.
Well, I mean, for us, it's like what we wanted to get with it was that really fast-paced arcade combat that you kind of saw in some of the older games, that top-down experience where you're flying around these fighters and frigates and different ships at a really fast-paced energy. So that was the core of the experience, was just really fast-paced arcade action.
Right.
Simple controls so you could master it real easy, but a lot of depth. And then we stacked on top of that the strategic element. And that's
there it is.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, this is Dead Star. So we stacked on top of that a strategic element that kind of takes a little bit from, you know, MOBA. You might be familiar with some of that. There's two bases on either end. You're launching out your ships and you're trying to capture sub bases to kind of advance your control of the region.
Ooh, you get a mic too.
So, hello, everybody, a microphone. So we wanted to combine those two things, basically. Fast-paced arcade action with that strategic depth. So you're not just fighting and killing other ships. You're capturing bases, upgrading those bases to get greater benefits, and kind of doing a struggle of control for this region of space.
And wait, before we forget, we got to plug your beta.
Oh yeah, so and wow, that was super loud.
Hello,
everybody.
I'm so excited.
So yeah, pre-order beta is happening right now. So
okay.
If you pre-order the game, you'll be in the beta, and you can go home and play it today. We also have it down on the show floor, so you can play. We have 2 teams of 5. Our normal modes go up to 10v10, but here on the show floor, you can do 5v5.
Awesome.
Right across from the other people and see them and
Just
yell
right across.
Yeah, it's great. So yeah, that's the game. I mean, really, in addition to that,
pick it up.
In addition to that,
there
we
go.
showed off
There's your booming voice
the
again.
capital ship run. So in the trailer that you saw at the PSX presentation, that was our metagame mode.
Yes.
So the normal mode that you're playing every day is a versus team battle, you know, trying to capture these outposts and defeat the other team, basically. At the end of every run of that, though, you get rewards. And one of the rewards you can get is you can find one of these massive capital ships. And so what you're trying to do that is escape this kind of a battle zone. And so you're jumping that ship into a live player match. So there's 2 teams already playing.
Right.
And this massive
They're minding their own business.
Yeah, they're just doing their thing. They're
doing
fighting.
their thing.
And this giant ship warps in, and you guys launch out of it, and a huge alert comes up. Everybody knows that it's happening, and they're now out for your blood. You're this 3rd team that just dynamically comes in. So they can keep playing. They can do what they were doing.
Right.
But if you destroy even a single part of this massive capital ship, you get kind of the best rewards in the game. So there's this opportunity for the red and the blue team, to team up together and say, hey, we're just going to go after the ship. And the 3rd team, all they have to do is they have to survive. It's kind of like Battlestar Galactica. You're just jumping from game to game, carrying over that damage to your ship and just hoping to survive. And so that's kind of the metagame experience that you can do and do that loop.
There's a lot to unpack here.
That was a lot of
sounds
stuff.
so awesome. So I'm totally into it. First of all, you say rewards.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the rewards. Does that mean this is a loot-based game? Does that mean these are cool cosmetic items? Like, what are we working with?
We're trying to do both. So at the end of every match, you get rated in 5 different categories, and that's like player kills and assisting in kills. Cool things you do, we call them tactical actions. So it's like if you dominate an enemy, or if you kill somebody that just killed your teammate, just something cool. We give you like
Revenge.
style points, basically.
Yeah.
So you get rated in that. You get rated in upgrading bases, so mining ore and upgrading bases. So if you just don't care about fighting, you can just do that and help your team. And it's a great help to your team. There's nothing wrong with that. You're boosting the bases, which makes better units for you and stuff like that. And then you get kills for AI units. You get rewards for that. And then you just get experience for the match. So we rate you in all those, and you get like a treasure roll for each one of those categories. So even if you lost the match, you're still getting multiple treasure rewards each match based off of how well you did. And one of those is the capital ship, but you also get paint styles for your ships, different looks for your pilot, and then we have kind of permanent upgrade mode, so you can collect these recipe pieces and upgrade your ships permanently. Each time you play in a match, you're usually you start from level 1 and level up your ships, again, kind of in a little MOBA style. But you can permanently upgrade your ships by collecting all these little rewards that you get. So there's a bunch of stuff that you're getting at the end of each reward.
Okay, rock on. So let's lay the foundation then for people, because that was like the highlight. That was the top level.
All the pieces.
Now let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Nitty-gritty.
So the match opens. First of all, there's a lot of different character, ship classes, I should say. there's a lot of different roles to take on the battlefield. So walk us through how a player can approach Dead Star.
Yeah, so we procedurally generate the region of space each time. So it's kind of we're rolling a new map each time.
It's not one map. You guys
no.
make like a new map every time.
That was a big deal for us. That was, besides having a more arcade-based game, that was a big thing. We wanted to make sure the experience was fresh, and it kind of felt like an adventure. You don't know what you're getting into. You know, there's different nebulas, minefields, and we build all the pieces. So we're not just scattering junk all over the map. You know, we build each piece of it, and then we construct those together, and we do some randomization inside of it. So the first thing you're going to do as a player is you're just launching out, and you're just experiencing and saying, hey, the 5 of us are going to go this way, the 5 of you go this way. We know where the bases are from this mini map that we have. You can see it in the bottom left corner there. But we don't know the exact what we're going to experience.
Right.
So you're flying out there. So the main classes that we have, 3 classes of ships, are Scout, small ships, medium ship raiders, and large ships frigates. And they each have just kind of a class bonus. So Scouts capture bases faster. Raiders can harvest more ore. So they can mine better and upgrade bases better. And frigates are just really powerful.
Right.
They're slow moving and powerful.
Yeah.
But slow, yeah.
Which are fun.
Yeah.
Fun
they're great fun, right? So each one of those classes has, there's 4 races, and each race has 1 of each class. So there's 12 total ships. So that's the first way a player will just say, hey, I want to play a scout ship. I want to just get out there and go fast.
Right.
You know, I want to find the bases and scout ahead. Or I want to play a frigate and I want to really move the front line.
Want to be a lumbering death machine.
So within that, though, each one of those ships for the races and the classes is completely different. They all have 4 unique powers to them. Each one of those powers have 4 upgrades to them. So there's a lot of depth in that. And so we kind of classify those ships to give people like an easier route. We kind of give them an RPG kind of sense. So one race is kind of like the fighters, one race is like the rogues, one is like the priests, and one's like totem guys or engineers. So you can kind of just get that high level kind of sense of what you want to play and then experience the powers as you go into this.
I love that you guys took these classic well-loved RPG tropes and somehow fit them into a class-based ship combat game where there is a collapsing star of some kind. In the
a lot of people are familiar with that. You know, there's a lot going on. Again,
there's so much
because
going
it's
on.
fast-paced, you're really flying in there and you're doing a lot. So we wanted to give you any opportunity you could to kind of get an understanding at a base level. Hey, I like this type of thing in other games, so I'm going to try and choose this class and see how that goes for me.
Right. So how do you guys set up the kind of visuals in a way that kind of, I don't want to say telegraphs, but informs players, oh, I see this ship coming at me. Here's how in my mind I want this to go down because, you know, here's the way you counteract that particular power-up or something.
There's definitely a learning curve. I mean, it's you know, at a certain point it's an advanced game. But the basic thing, you can just fly around, have fun, mine
shoot
stuff.
things, or
but
mine.
The depth of that. So like you're seeing a ship here that's laying down this kind of trail here. So it's kind of like a Tron-like trail. If an enemy goes over it, they get stuck in it, but if your friends go over it, they get a speed boost and they're flying along with it. So some of that stuff you're just going to have to learn. You can look at every ship. Any player can look at any ship in the hangar and get what it can do. You don't have to even own a ship to look at it and see what it does.
How do you unlock them, by the way? Like,
well,
do you purchase them through the
what we're going to do is we're going to give you all the ships immediately. And so, but when you go into a game, you carry 3 of those ships. You say, I'm going to take these 3 ships into my loadout. So you're not locked into one ship. That was another thing we wanted to make sure was a little different from the kind of overall style. Hey, if I'm seeing some opportunity here, I want to be able to switch ships on the fly. So anytime you die or at one of your bases, you can swap to one of your 3 other ships and say, the battle's going this way. I'm going to respond by switching to my scout, you know. So you'll see that in a match. People often launch with their scouts, get a sense of the layout, capture the easy neutral bases to begin with, and then they start switching over to mining roles or frigate roles to kind of set those lines down.
Yeah, absolutely. So then walk us through the flow of a standard match. Obviously, there's going to be deviations, but what do you normally see when these 2 teams get in there?
Well, when you first launch, you always see an overview of the mini-map. You see where the bases are, in the bottom left, and you see what level the bases are upgraded to, so you can always kind of tell that. And every base starts at level 1, which just means it has a real
Is it the numbers? Is that what indicates the base in the center? Okay.
So you can see, like, oh, these guys have upgraded a lot of their bases. Maybe we should go and target that one specifically to flip that script on them. But they all start at level 1, which just means they have a real simple turret in the middle. So the first expansion is a really quick expansion. You're just going out and trying to capture these neutral, easy bases. Because each base you own is ratcheting up your ticket count. And the goal of the Conquest match mode is just to get your tickets to the end. That gets you control the super weapon, which shoots down the beam. I think you saw that earlier.
I saw that.
And destroys.
Devastating.
So you're trying to capture bases. And because each base you own gives you tickets. And the more upgraded the base is, the more tickets you get. So that's why you, even if the other team owns all the other bases, but you have a really upgraded base, you can keep that even for a while you're fighting back. In addition to that, killing enemies also gives you tickets, so that's the two-way. So the primary way is you're spilling out to try and capture those bases, and then you're kind of fortifying the bases that you see that you capture. We have a lot of different types of bases, so you might focus on, oh, hey, this base here gives us a construction yard. It produces heavier, larger AI units for us. Maybe we level that one up first because then we can get better
More
ships.
AI and,
because you can just grab the AI and they'll fly around with you, and so that's a good way to start.
You have your own little fighter fleet following you around.
And you're discovering there's also little secrets buried in the thing. There's like cargo containers and stuff that give you extra XP. So that first rush is a big deal. Yeah, there's a lot of depth to it, honestly. And for me, it's also just fun to play the ship. So at the base level, it's just that arcade, fast, fun experience. And then on top of that, there's a ton of depth. And when you get a team that's really playing well together and is doing those different roles and making sure to check on their bases and everything, it's really awesome. And there's a lot of swings in the game too. So we explain like, hey, you can get these tickets, and that's the way that you win.
Sure.
But at any time, if you control every sector around the enemy's home base, their defensive shield goes down, and you can just go and attack it and blow it up directly. So even if you're all the way behind, there's an opportunity. There's always an opportunity to win. It's super hard. Don't get me wrong. We didn't want it to just like, oh, we did all this work and just flips. But we wanted to make sure there's always a chance. You're not just suffering at the end. Oh, there's no way we're going to win.
Weeping in
everybody
your hands.
drop, everybody drop. We wanted you to be in there. And we keep our matches short, too, for that same reason. We want you to play a lot, get a lot of rewards. So it's like 15 to 20 minutes, probably.
Okay, rock on, man. Well, what, did we miss anything? I think we covered the new
pre-order
stuff.
Pre-order beta, pre-order beta.
So go over it again in case some people are just tuning in now.
If you purchase now, you can go on PSN and you can buy the game now, and that gets you into the pre-order beta. It's going to be running for a while, and
it's running now.
It's running right now.
So someone that's watching at home and they're like, hey, that looks pretty cool.
I want to play this game. You can go and play now.
Play it.
And again, we have it on the show floor, and we're giving away pre-order beta access on the show floor too, so you can come get that. And I hope you just come and have a lot of fun. Even if you just come and play it once, I think you'll have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And playing it really shows you the depth, I think.
And it's cool because you get it. Anybody that's played a twin-stick shooter can at least get the basics, and then they can grow into the other stuff.
Yeah, and we're kind of dumping you on the show floor. We're dumping you right into the experience. We have a tutorial and all that for you. Yeah, we kick you in.
You can do it.
But everybody seems to find their groove. Some people just mine and upgrade the bases and are winning the game for the team that way, and other people are just immediately picking it up and just killing. We've seen a lot of stuff where we're like, holy, this guy is amazing, and he just started playing. So
and then you
really
hire
cool
him on the spot.
Yeah, get over here. I'm medium good at my own game, so it's like, let's get that guy on there.
Well, Tom, thank you so much for being here, man. Dead Star is coming to PS4, and that is just one of the many awesome games we are looking at today here at PlayStation Experience, including an update from all the Double Fine games that are coming out pretty soon. So do not go anywhere. Stay with us on the PlayStation LiveCast.
Thanks.
PlayStation